How are you today? God bless you. Thank you for coming to this channel and to this space. May the Lord bless you in the name of Jesus. We are still maintaining the series, looking at those miracle, supernatural workings of God around the death of Christ, before, prior, within, and after the death of Christ. So we have established many facts, seen darkness for 3 hours. We have looked at the cutting of the temple, tearing. These are supernatural occurrences, very, very powerful miracles. We'll look at an 8 week, and we establish the fact that, truly speaking, nobody who have died, I'm speaking as a person who at the point of his death commanded all of these miracles. We look at rock. You know what a rock is, splitting into two. Now in the last series I was saying that I will discuss this other one, that for me it's like it gave me goosebumps. One of those days I was reading it, and when I read it I was like, what? And it's so amazing, it's so awesome, it's so powerful. And what is that other miracle? The Bible said that, and the tombs broke open. The bodies of many holy people who had died were raised to life. They came out of the tombs after Jesus' resurrection and went into the holy city and appeared to many people. Now, this place established that, let me read it again. It said, they came out of the tomb after Jesus' resurrection and went into the holy city and appeared to many people. Now, this is very outstanding miracle. We know that the resurrection of Jesus is a very big miracle, which we believe, and it is evidence. Up to today, God is still proving to men by his power, by his workings, and by the life of those who believe him, that the resurrection of Jesus is real. Now, but this is one of the shocking things, that one of the shocking experience. We know Jesus has raised the dead, Jesus has done a lot of things, but we may not have had a record where Jesus raised the dead in mass. Sometimes it's one we saw when he was living, and it's not because he could not raise the dead in mass. It is because probably such opportunities did not come forth for him. We saw him raise Lazarus, who had been dead for 4 days. Now, but what is the outstanding miracle here? The Bible said that the bodies of many holy people, the word many shows me that it is not one, it is not two. The word many, means multiple. Many holy people who had died were raised to life. Who had died, I don't know whether it's a death of 1 year, 5 years, and all of that. Many holy people, probably before his time. Now, but the Bible said they came out. Now, I want us to bring our mind in this situation. If you have an ancestor who have died maybe like 300 years ago, now what will be of what will be the possibility of their rising? Because it will be only bones and there will be no flesh. And even though the format of the burial of the Jews then, is not a coffin kind thing where you are locked in the coffin and put in the ground. Most of the time it's a tomb, something like that. Now, but whatever their burial method is, the Bible says many holy people who have died, they came back to life. Now, there is difference between coming back to life and appearing. Now, in the book of Matthew, somewhere around 17, during the time of transfiguration, the Bible says the body of Moses and Elijah appeared to Jesus. That is a different thing. They appeared in spirit, not as body. Now, but this one, the Bible said the bodies of many holy people who had died were raised to life. It's like what we saw in the vision of Ezekiel, in Ezekiel chapter 37, where the Bible says, and I saw a great valley of dry bones, and bone to bone, flesh to flesh, sinew to sinew, they began to join and they rose to become a mighty army. Now, it is that kind of scenario where many holy people rose up, maybe within Israel and outside Israel, and then people suddenly start to see men appearing to them. Now, this one, they didn't appear as spirits, they appear as men who were living, because the Bible said many people who had died were raised to life. The word raised to life means they came alive. They became living again. They didn't appear as spirit. They became living. They became a flesh and blood human being that people that are tangible. Somebody will say, what is this kind of thing in the Bible? Yes, it is in the Bible. Somebody may say, amazing. I have not heard of this before. It happened. The Bible gave us this as one of the things that authenticated the workings of the Messiah. Alas, if when they got up from the dead, they will go around. The Bible said they were going around, speaking of Jesus, speaking of the things that pertained to him. Now, when I see somebody who I know had died several years ago, and it's not just a spirit that appeared, it's a person who appeared in human body, confirming the resurrection of the Son, I will indeed believe. I will indeed believe. You know that rich man we saw, who the Bible says he was in fire, the scenario between Lazarus and the rich man that Jesus spoke about. Now, we learned that the rich man said to Father Abraham, in his bosom, say, please, can you permit me to go and tell my brothers not to come here? And the man made a statement. He said he believed that if somebody from the dead goes back and tell them that there is a place like this, they should not come, perhaps they will believe. So could it be that is this kind of thing, that this body of these holy people rose and they began to go everywhere to tell people about this Christ that is the Messiah? Believe him, believe him, you believe him, you believe him, you believe him. So this is a very, very, very mind-blowing miracle. Do you know that if you are not a man of faith, you will doubt? You will say, is this not just a writing to help the Bible? Is this not the normal thing we used to say that the Bible has been tampered? Is this not the normal thing we used to say that people just want to write something to force everybody to believe in their own religious Christ? No, far be it. Far, far be it. These were true. If the miracles of Jesus were true, if the workings of God were true, then there is no need or no reason for me to begin to doubt the authenticity of this. If Jesus, who died after 3 days, rose again after 3 days, if Lazarus, who had died for 4 days, came back to life, then this miracle is possible. It's so possible because there is nothing that God cannot do. So we discovered that a lot of persons who had died for long, we saw this one rose, this guy rose, this man rose from here, this woman rose from here, and the Bible said they entered into the city, began to appear to men, not as spirit, but as full-flesh, blooded bodies. Can you beat such miracles around the life of just a man, who claims to be the Son of God? And we know that it is beyond the claim. Indeed, he is the Son of God. Can I encourage you this hour, whatever hour you are watching me at your corner, to say, Lord, you are faithful. And if you are still doubting, there's no need for you to doubt, because we have bring evidences to prove that this one is indeed the Messiah. It is him who say he is. Check anywhere. Nobody's life gathered all of these kind of miraculous workings around him, especially prior to his death, within the death period, and then after his death. Thank God he has empowered some of us, he has empowered men, he has empowered people everywhere to replicate those miracles. But to authenticate the personality of the Christ, these are things that God did around him to show that this indeed is the Son of God who came to save men from their sins. And he will come again to judge the living and the dead, and then to take those who believe in him and walk in his way to be with him. May the Lord bless you as we see again in the next episode. God bless you.